Hello guys, welcome to Pitching in Line. So IPL 2021 is in this middle phase where every team has played seven matches, and apparently Delhi Capitals are the one who have played eight matches. So in this situation, I think it's better to talk about which are the teams which are going forward to claim their playoff spots, and which are the teams who are struggling to get to that position. So we will start with the top team, that is Delhi Capitals. I think they have been really clinical so far, and their top order, I think, the opening partnership between Shikhar Dhawan and Prithvi Shaw, especially Prithvi Shaw, who was kind of found out the last time around because of his inconsistent approach. I think he has, really reinvented them himself, and his brand of cricket is really helping the team. And the middle orders are getting that free license to go after the bowling. And Rude, what do you think is the major positive for Delhi Capitals apart from their opening partnership, which are keeping them in this top of the table, and what different they have done from the last year?
Yeah, I think they're using their players very well. We have seen them using Lalit Yadav in a specific way, and he's also delivering it. He played a couple of good cameos, took wickets here and there. And biggest revelation has been Avesh Khan. I think he has successfully come in and filled that spot, not only as a support bowler, but as one of the main bowlers. He's right now, I think, almost second or third in the list of purple cap. So I think they have done well. I think they've invested right on the right players, and everybody is contributing in a good way. Smith has come in and giving those crucial cameos. Rishabh Pant is playing those crucial cameos. Hetmyer recently played a gem of an innings, but couldn't really take them over the line. I think the team is already in a very good position, and it still has the capacity to do well. I think one of the areas where they haven't really been tested very often is their middle order. In case, what if Shaw and Dhawan, if they get out early, uh, that match scenario so far hasn't been present to them. I think that would be one area of, I wouldn't say it's a concern, but I think that would be one area they would like to see how they will react to it. So we'll go to the second team, that is Chennai Super Kings. Nobody during start of the tournament gave them the benefit of the doubt, and they started off very well. Uh, 5 wins in a row. It looked like they're doing nothing wrong. What do you think about this team? What are the changes that they have done that is working immensely for them?
I think CSK's change of mindset is a major, turning point for them compared to the last season, and they haven't been conservative this time around, and they have changed their approach, and they have been attacking right through 20 overs, and they haven't depended upon one player to play those knocks at the time period of 20 overs. Everybody has come and started playing in an aggressive manner with the batting depth which they have got. There's somebody like Deepak Chahar batting at 10. It gives them that depth in the batting, and that fearless approach, and that's what has changed them. And especially somebody like Moeen Ali coming in at number 3 has been the jackpot, for CSK
Mhm.
this time around.
Yeah, I think yes. I really feel that has been a very crucial spot for them because Suresh Raina hasn't been playing professional cricket, so he would have been under a lot of pressure. Giving Moeen Ali, I think it also gives him the freedom, to go after the bowling. Even if the wicket falls, you have players like Raina and Raidu to back up. And Raidu also, I think he played a gem of an innings against Mumbai Indians. 27 balls, 71, 72. That's a mighty good innings. But unfortunately, he ended up on the wrong side. And I feel if there's some sort of weakness, I think it's been the bowling.
Yeah.
Uh, for most part of the time, it has been good. But the death bowling, we have seen it with Lungi and Giddy. He hasn't really kind of delivered. I mean, against Pollard, if you're bowling low full tosses and full tosses, where 9 out of 10 times you're gonna get deposited on the outside the ground. And even against KKR, if you remember, where they were very comfortably placed to win, and you have seen Andrew Russell and Pat Cummins doing really well. I think probably if there's one area where they could improve, it is death bowling.
Yes. And next team is Royal Challengers Bangalore, the team which has really turned themselves around and impressed one and all. They had minor blips here and there, but again, their combination, players like Kohli, Maxwell, and De Villiers in the same team, are making them hot favorites. Apart from that, the concern which they had throughout their bowling in the past season, I think that also has been sorted out with arrival of Kyle Jamieson in the frame, and Siraj bowling really well, and Harshal Patel, contributing in every match he's playing so far. So I think that is, that has been the biggest positive for RCB. And what do you feel about RCB's turnaround, and what is the approach? What is the mindset which they are having right now? Going forward into the tournament.
Yeah, for them, the biggest wild cards, the trump cards, has been Harshal Patel and Mohammad Siraj. We have seen RCB over the years being a batting powerhouse, but always struggle when it comes to batting, closing out those very tight matches. But this year they have managed to do that. Siraj, after playing for India in Australia, he seems to be a completely different bowler. With the new ball, he seems very lethal. And Harshal Patel, I mean, he has been expensive in the last two matches, but more than that, he has been able to stop the run flows, and more importantly, he's able to take wickets at the crucial time of the innings. It comes at the second half where players try to go after the bowling and maximize the runs, and he has been able to taking the wickets. And wickets is the best method of breaking scoring of runs. So those two have been definitely good. And one more thing is the way they are placing Virat Kohli, Maxwell, and AB de Villiers. We have seen in the past where you had Virat Kohli and de Villiers coming at one point of time. If both of them gotten out in successive deliveries, they would be in a lot of struggle. But with Maxwell coming in between, I think Maxwell has that freedom to play along with Virat and ABD as well. So I think that has been good. And do you see any area where they can probably develop going into the future matches?
I think one concern I won't say, I will say, yes, against spin bowling, they have been a little, fragile. If you see the match against CSK, when Ravindra Jadeja, troubled them, and the last match which they played against Punjab Kings, where you saw Harpreet Brar, spinning the web around us, and Ravi Bishnoi along with him spinning the web around him, RCB's
Mm.
batsman. So I think that is the area where they will be little concerned, and they have to sort it out really early before it goes out of their hands. And one more thing is their number three spot. I think I'm not still satisfied with Rajat Patidar. He's been a good batsman, and Kohli rates him really highly. But again, the last match also he was like struggling a lot, and because of which pressure fell onto the other side. So I think these are the
Mm.
two areas which they have to address as soon as possible.
Yeah, and only thing what we have to say about RCB is they certainly hit the peak because they're more or less doing everything right. Things are going their way, and it depends about how all the top four teams will play at the second half of the tournament. We have seen it last year as well, where Mumbai, DCA, and RCB were winning plenty of matches, and at the end, RCB lost 5 in a row, DC lost 4 in a row. So I think that probably would be one factor which they'll keep in the mind, all the top teams, so that they don't become, very, very eased out. And coming to the fourth team is the defending champions, Mumbai Indians. Like as we know, they have been slow starters of this tournament. Do you think after that big win against CSK, coming back from that kind of situation, how do you see Mumbai right now?
I think Mumbai, I think they are enjoying the conditions in Delhi now. Even Rohit Sharma stated that in the lead up to the matches. He told that batsmen were really uncomfortable, in the place it tracks in Chennai, where stroke makers were finding it very difficult. But once they came to Delhi, the good batting tracks in Delhi has given their batsmen free license now, and they are expressing themselves much more, positively than what they did in Chennai. Even though their batsmen like Rohit Sharma and Surya Kumar Yadav, haven't given that significant contributions as yet. But I think as a team they have started to click really well, and Pollard coming well in the last match. I think it's ominous for the teams which is going to face Mumbai Indians in the future.
Yeah, isn't it? I mean, yeah, like you rightly pointed out, they really don't have this one or two players where you can say have been a standard place for them. Still, they're at number 4 position. You could say, like you rightly mentioned, the main players haven't really contributed significantly, and they're still at the fourth of the table. So I think probably they are peaking at the right time. If they really pick up the momentum at the later half of the stage, and going into the playoffs, that will really benefactor them. And team,
Come
do you
again?
see any?
Come
Do you
again?
see any area of weakness for Mumbai Indians?
I think their bowling was kind of found out in the last match, but again, you can't say it as a weakness because they are playing in Delhi. Grounds are small, pitches are good for batting. You still have to give the benefit of doubt, but still, I think Jasprit Bumrah has been a little patchy, in the recent times. I think that is the area where they will be a little worried about. But again, these are minor blips, and bowler like Jasprit Bumrah can come back in any time.
Yes. So that's it, guys. We have spoken about the top 4 teams on the table, and we all feel the same thing, that the teams have done well, and you could see their positions in the table, and for them to maintain those positions and end up in top 2, so that you have this extra
So we will meet you in next video where we will talk about the bottom 4 teams.
chance in the
Until then,
playoffs.
bye bye.